The final battle of Transformers 2007 was probably one of the most memorable and the most startling scenes from the entire movie. And yet, Hasbro has not decided to release one of the damaged Transformers except for Bumblebee right here. Now, obviously, this one is not the official one that we got from the Tow Truck Tom thing, or not Tow Truck Tom. This is from the Long Arm 2-pack that came out all the way back in 2007. This is obviously the Studio Series version, customized by me. And yeah, that is basically the only Transformers custom figure, or at least the only Transformers damaged figure or Autobot that was actually released during that time. And as you can see here, I've made an entire fleet of damaged Autobots and Decepticons. I actually had to take off Bumblebee's legs. As you can see, there's not just 4, there's now 5, 6. Now, as you can see, that is not actually the official Bone Crusher. That is actually the nest version of him with Barricade. And yeah, this is actually going to be a very interesting and long video. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. By the way, if you're wondering, this is actually part 2 of the video, or of the damaged customs video. So this isn't just including the Decepticons, these are also including the Autobots, and yeah, I'm really excited to do this video. So I'm gonna stop yapping and let's just get into the customs right away. Alright, so the first Transformer we're actually going to review is Bumblebee. Now, he had the worst of the fight because at the end of Transformers 2007, he was actually shot in the legs by Starscream, this guy over here. So he actually used his missiles to shoot at his legs, and then after that, it set off the chain reaction for the Autobots to fight each other. And so, here he is compared to his regular, undamaged Studio Series counterpart. Yeah, so, I actually don't have the tow truck. I don't have Long Arm. I have Battle Truck. I'm actually using Battle Trap as support, because he's just crippled and stuff. Him that crippled 2-pack, and if you actually want that, you're gonna have to fork over about $500 or so, or a lot of money, because this thing is super rare, and this is obviously my best attempt at the Studio Series. The original one lacked like damage and burnt detail, so that's what I did to this version of Bumblebee. Yeah, it looks really good, in my opinion. I like him. There's a bunch of burnt details. Over here, in this part, it's a bit scratched up. I used silver paint to do that. And I think this figure looks really good, overall. I actually had to study the entire, like, I didn't just, like, put, like, black marks all over him and then call it a day. I actually had to study the entire final battle. Like, I had to see where the burnt marks were. This took, like, about, I don't know, a whole 10 minutes or so, probably an hour. Went by pretty fast if it was an hour. Yeah, he also comes with his head, or the other battle mask. Right here, let me zoom out a little so we can get in focus. I have to move B out of the way. So yeah, here's his battle mask. It's pretty basic. I had to remove the legs. And yeah, that is basically it for Bumblebee. So, let's move on to the others. So we got Bumblebee. Moving on to Ironhide. Alright, moving on to Ironhide. Now this is probably by far one of my best customs ever. I did the same thing with Ironhide that I did to Bumblebee. So yeah, as you can see right off the bat, there's some fire details, or like burning details on him that represent when he got shot by Starscream. I got that. And then on the chest, I actually used like more acrylic paint-ish. You can kind of see it, I think. It's kind of reflecting, showing, it's kind of pretty damaged. So this is like, I actually do like this figure. It's a bit better than Bumblebee, but I also had to repaint the headlights. They're not like scratched up anymore. There's no like paint chips or anything. So yeah, there's that. Ironhide is complete. He's really cool. There's not that many differences between the original. So here he is compared to the original Studio Series 14 Ironhide. At least I think it's 14. I think he's 14, yeah. 14. I think he's really cool. So yeah. There's that small comparison. So yeah. That's pretty much Ironhide. So I guess let's move on to the next custom. And then we're gonna do Ratchet. Okay, so as I was saying, this is the 2007 customized Ratchet. I customized this, or I actually didn't customize this. Oh, wait, I did. So I customized this, and I think it looks really good. Looks pretty movie accurate to how he appeared in the final battle of 07. I honestly think it looks good. There's some detail on the arm. It's all like scratched up. Some of the paint's fading away. The shoulders, both of them are like burnt. Same with, similar with the chest. The chest isn't that burnt, or it's actually on fire, I guess I would say. Like, it's literally on fire. Like, it's how he appeared in the final fight of 07. I like how this figure turned out. So, let's move on to Optimus Prime. But before that, I actually almost forgot to do a comparison. Here he is compared to the original 04 Autobot Ratchet. I think it looks good. Like, I think it's a great comparison between both of them. And yes, this is the 5-pack version, but they are pretty much the same. Just with damage and one without damage and with clear windows, while his are tinted windows. So yeah, let's move on to Optimus Prime. Alright guys, so here we have the Transformers 2007 Studio Series 32 Optimus Prime. Now, as you can see, this guy is very well detailed. You can already tell. Might have to zoom in if you can see it. You can already tell that there's some damage to his chest. And there's some damage to his arms. Used acrylic paint for that. And his, like, bar thingies, I don't know what those are called. And, on his shoulders over here, there's a bunch of, like, marks, I guess, representing the intense fight with Megatron. You can also tell in the head that there's, like, a burnt mark. On the sides, however, yeah, you can kind of tell, I guess, it's a bit dark, but if you, like, zoom out a little, I think you can see it a little bit. Yeah, I actually did use acrylic paint for that, and I really liked how it turned out. If you put it in, like, sunlight, I guess it kind of lights up a bit more. Same with the other side to represent, like, the scratched paint wearing off. The red flames are almost unrecognizable. Now you can see it, I think. Yeah, you guys can see it. And then the back, the canister, at least one of the gas cans, they were like beat up, roughened up, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Optimus. I did give him his Energon sword that he has in the movie. Same with his Ion Blaster. This is actually the Dark of the Moon Ion Blaster. This isn't actually the 07 one, because it has like a gunmetal gray to it. Like this one. This one's just plain plastic gray. There's no like burnt marks to it. But yeah, that's Optimus Prime. Now we're moving on to the Decepticons. Alright guys, so here we have Barricade. Now as you can see, there's not that much damage to him, since he actually didn't appear in the Mission City final battle, but yeah, there's kind of some damage representing some Energon, like blood for the Transformers basically. So I might have to like zoom in a little. Let me just make sure he doesn't fall down. So sorry guys. Yeah, it's Friday. It's garbage day. Didn't know, but I think you can see it a bit better. Yeah, can you guys? Oh yeah, you can. So there's that. He's all damaged, representing blood, I guess. I can't believe I was that bold to make that move. And then, gosh, there's more damage. Oh yeah, there's damage to the headlight. You can kind of see it, I think. I used acrylic paint, like I said in the others. And then, I think that's all the damage. I think it is. I think there's like some details on the arm I put. I think you can kind of see it. Use that to make the arms a bit more shinier, like how they appear in the movie. Let's see. Is there any damage to the legs? I don't see any damage to the legs. So yeah, this is pretty basic. It's a pretty basic, generic Barricade. But I really liked how the more premium finish parts turned out. This is more of a premium finish figure. This was actually really hard to make because you didn't really have that many scenes in the first movie, so I will be putting Barricade aside though. Okay, I fell down. Yep, anyway, so I'm gonna put him back here. So that is basically it for Barricade. It's not that interesting. So let's actually move on to the other figures, like Bone Crusher. So let's just move on to Bone Crusher. Alright guys, so here we have the NEST version of Bone Crusher. Like I stated earlier in this video, I actually don't have the official Bone Crusher that came out way back in like 2019 or 18, I don't know. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, there's not that much damage to him, similar with Ironhide. I mean, not Ironhide, Barricade. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm like forgetting everything today. So, bear with me. Yeah, there's not that much damage to him. I did put this like blood detail on him, sort of. There. And then on his face, you can't really tell. You might have to like, I'll have to do something. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you can see there. It's representing when he got stabbed in the face by Optimus. I didn't really want to damage this guy since this guy was like really valuable. So I didn't damage him at all. I think if we zoom in a little, you might be able to see some mark. Yeah, there's like a tiny mark there that I used with the acrylic paint since it was already painted in a silvery color, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty generic, pretty basic. So yeah, guys, that is Bone Crusher. Yeah, it doesn't come with any accessories like in the movie, but I think it's okay because Bone Crusher already has back weapons and he already has claws, so I think it was unnecessary. All right, So there's that. And then, if you guys also want to watch another review on the other Decepticons, it should appear in the card suggestion pop-up. If you want to watch the other video, this is actually part 2, by the way. I might have stated that earlier. I'm not really sure since I'm kind of in a rush. So I really hope you guys watch that other video, but let's just move on to the others. Alright, so here we have Starscream. Yeah, I know, I reviewed this guy, but I did miss a few details that I forgot, or I wouldn't say I didn't know, but I forgot I put on Starscream. So whenever he attacked one of the fighter jets in the first movie, I actually put some burnt details on Starscream, like on his hand. Let me just put him down for a sec. I have to zoom in a little. Yeah, I can see that it's a greenish black burnt details whenever he came in contact with one of the F-22 Raptors that were trying to fire missiles at Megatron. Same with the foot. Yeah, I did that too. Back some burnt details. His wings are on fire. And yeah, I don't actually plan on using this in any stop motion. This is like a custom figure. And I did compare him, but I guess I'll compare him again. Here he is compared to his regular figure. Let me just move this aside. The figure isn't showing up that good. Oh. Yeah, he just fell down. But, yeah, here he is compared to his regular figure. There's not that many differences. But, yeah, I guess this isn't like a Vietnam versus Thailand video, like which version's better. This isn't like an old versus new. This is actually a damaged versus undamaged, like I did with all the others, I think. I think I did it with all the others. I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, by the way, if you don't know why I'm using Battle Trap, I might have explained this earlier, if you guys forgot. But the reason I'm using Battle Trap in this video is because I don't actually have Hook, or not Hook, Long Arm. Long Arm, he came that 2-pack with the crippled Bumblebee, or legless Bumblebee. Yeah, I improved that. I mean, I guess they're technically the same. I don't know if they're actually the same, but yeah, that's why I'm using that version of Bumblebee. But yeah, there's a comparison between Starscream, the damaged versus undamaged. You can obviously tell the differences already, so I'm actually gonna end this part right here, and let's move on to Blackout. Alright, so here we have Blackout. Now, I did review this guy in my last video, but I just want to give you guys like a bit of a refresh on that. Oh gosh. Yeah, Starscream just fell over. I have to put him over here. But yeah, this is Blackout, pretty basic. There's already some damage to his chest, representing that his chest is on fire. And same with his shoulder over there. I think you can see it. You can see it a little bit, I think. Now, let me just zoom in. Yeah, there's that. There's that. And, the crotch, got shot in the crotch. Now, since this guy was like a silver transformer, it couldn't do any damage to him since, you know, paint doesn't really get scratched when there's silver transformers. But as you can see, the crotch is actually blue, representing the Energon when he got shot by Lennox in the final battle. So, I do actually like this figure. I'm just gonna say this once, he's actually a good figure. Yeah, I like him. That's all I'm gonna say about this guy. I personally think he's cool. So, yeah, that's basically it for Blackout, I guess. There's not that much detail to him besides the explosion parts. So, let's move on to the, I don't know what just happened, but let's just move on to the other one. That one is Brawl. Alright, so here's Brawl. I know, still pretty basic. Or, it's not that basic. It's close to being better than Optimus Prime. Since Optimus Prime's my new favorite, by the way. But yeah, Brawl. Same one. I know, pretty basic. It's the same, the head. Yeah, I know we're doing a review. A review, or I don't know. I don't know what word to use for this, but we're doing another review for Brawl, basically, so yeah, same details. And I didn't compare Blackout, which I'm very sorry I didn't, but I'm gonna compare Brawl. So here he is compared to the original Brawl. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of differences between the original and the damaged one. So that's pretty much it for Brawl, I guess. So I'm actually going to do another comparison with Megatron, since we already reviewed like all or almost all of the Transformers except Jazz. So let's move on. Alright, here's Megatron. Now Megatron is actually by far one of the most coolest and most damaged, or I wouldn't say most damaged, but still one of the best damaged Transformers in my opinion. So obviously you can already tell there's a lot of damage, not that much damage going on, but I'll have to put him in a new position to actually show you all the damage. So he's actually, I actually didn't like remove any of the parts like they were in the movie. So same details as the first video. If you want to check out the comparisons that I do in the first video, then go watch that if you want to see the comparison part. So yeah, pretty much the same details, nothing changed about him. Yeah, the chest is like burning, it's all burnt and stuff, representing the Allspark. He absorbed the Allspark and died at the end of the first movie. Fired, like, burnt details there, burnt details on the legs, hence he got shot in the legs by Jazz. And there's also, like, fire, there's, like, his back is on fire and it's burning because he got shot in the back by some F-22 Raptors. So, yeah, that's Megatron. Oh. So, yeah, that is Megatron. Let me just move that there. Yeah, that's Megatron. Pretty much the same. So, that is going to be it for this video. So, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I'm sorry I can't show all of the Transformers customs, but yeah, that's going to be it for this video in the grand scheme of things, because I don't have that much time. I actually have to leave in 2 minutes, so I'm going to end this video like this. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more interesting videos like this and more custom reviews. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.